Bitcoin saw another huge crash yesterday and we went below the $50,000. We saw a retracement all the way back to the $49,000, but we can also see this huge support on the lower side is holding strong for now. In this video I will tell you everything what we can expect for today and if Bitcoin is going to see higher levels from here or that we need to aim for lower targets. I will also discuss the two altcoins Solana and Bittensor TAO. There's a lot of interesting news coming into the market, so watch this video all the way to the end, like this video, and let's dive right into the charts. For the last few weeks I've been discussing this broadening wedge for Bitcoin. We are seeing a very big sideways consolidation, and every time we touch a certain point to the support level we bounce back up, and now we are currently back at this huge support level on the lower side and we can immediately see a huge bounce to the top side though. So this level is very strong for now, and also when we come to the top side, the resistance, we also saw a very big decline afterwards, and afterwards this rejection, we are now back at this support level on the lower side and we are seeing that this support is holding strong. So what we want to see, of course, we want to see that Bitcoin is coming back up to this resistance on the top side. We want to see a force of the breakout of the top side, of course, but that is for the long run now, because we now have to aim for this lower target support, and that the support is going to hold strong for now. But every time we touch this support on the lower side, we saw a beautiful bounce to the top side. So let's see if Bitcoin can create another bullish bounce from this support level. And if you have a look on the 4-hour time frame, we can see Bitcoin was in this huge uptrend and now we are in a big downtrend. So we can also see that Bitcoin is going to see more downside from here, because after an uptrend, the trend is now reversed to a downtrend. So after we are going to see a reverse of this trend, we are going down, and I want to see that this high is going to create a newer higher high, and eventually we want to see that this level is getting gained, and that will create a new trend reversal for Bitcoin. So for now the trend is down, so we have to aim for lower targets. So of course this was a very interesting place to buy more spot orders for Bitcoin and Ethereum, as I did, and I was mentioning this in all my social media accounts. And I bought these kind of regions, so this is very good bounce for now. And yeah, you could maybe take some profits on the way up, because we're still in a downtrend and we could also see lower lows from here. Until we are going to see a trend reversal for Bitcoin, then we are going back up. But for now, the trend is down, so we have to aim for lower targets. And yesterday, the Bitcoin ETF had an outflow of $168 million, so that is very interesting to see. We see a lot of outflows in a couple of Bitcoin ETFs, but BlackRock didn't buy. And BlackRock is the only ETF who just sold on one day in the entire history of the Bitcoin ETF, so that is huge. And we are seeing a little bit of a decline now. We're going back to the $17 billion, so that's nothing to worry about for now. And the Ethereum ETF saw an inflow of $48 million, so that is insane. BlackRock brought more than $47, and of course Grayscale was selling again. So this is very beautiful to see. So let's see if the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs are going to buy the dip again, because eventually they are the smart money, and the retail will always sell at a loss and they will eventually buy into the top. And I've also been talking a lot about this chart in the last weeks in my videos and on my socials. I've been telling you that these kind of horizontal resistance and support levels are very interesting to take a look at. And we are currently back at this huge support on the lower side. This is around the $52,000. And as I was saying, if we break down this support, we are going to see the $52,000 support next. At this point, I was very interested in buying more Bitcoin for the long term, because eventually I think Bitcoin will create a new all-time high. And if you buy at this point, then you could make significant gains to the top side. So for now, this support is looking very strong, and we can see already a little bit of a bounce from this level. And let's see if we can create a little bit more bullish momentum and come back to this resistance on the top side. This coming day will be interesting for Bitcoin, and we don't want to see that this support is getting broken. Otherwise, we have to aim for lower levels. And then we can come all the way back down to this box of support, and that will be around the $43,000. And this is nothing what we want to see. So let's see if Bitcoin can create this bounce and create more bullish topside from here. And eventually we want to see that Bitcoin is going to create more bullish momentum and come back to this last big resistance on the top side, because that will be the last resistance to break for Bitcoin to create a new all-time high. And with all the negativity in the markets, there's a lot of going on, and there's now a chance of 94.5% that we're going to see a 50 basis point rate cut in September. So this is very interesting to see. And in September we will see the next FOMC meeting. This will take place on the 18th of September. And this could be very interesting to see, because we are going to see the money printers going to turn back on. Of course, inflation will get big again, but this will also have a very bullish effect on assets. So I would say own assets the government can print, and then you're all good. And also another thing that's very bullish is Donald Trump says that crypto is a modern form of currency, and if we don't, China will do it. So Donald Trump wants America to become the global leader in the form of Bitcoin. And he said if we don't do it, China will do it, and that's exactly what I think. So let's see if this is going to have a very bullish effect of the price of Bitcoin in the coming months. And lately I've been talking about this bullish triangle for Bitcoin. We saw a huge breakout of this triangle to the top side, but we never retested this previous resistance line as support, and yesterday that's exactly what we did. So we retested this previous resistance as support, and also this lower side diagonal support line was retested as support. So maybe from here we can now see more continuation to the top side, because that will have a very bullish effect of the price of Bitcoin, of course. So this was kind of a double retest for Bitcoin, and also double support. So this support is very strong for now, and let's see if we can create more topside momentum. And also yesterday we saw a very interesting news coming into the markets, because Europe's fourth largest hedge fund, Capula Management, discloses 500 million in spot Bitcoin ETF holdings. And this is very, very big, because these kind of large hedge funds are buying into Bitcoin, and that's exactly what we want to see, because they own the big money, and these funds will pump up the price for Bitcoin to the new all-time highs. So this is very interesting to see, and they also buying the dip, and that is that's very good for Bitcoin eventually in the long term. So when these kind of panic days occur, just never panic and always buy more spot, and then you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy your gains in the long term. We also saw this weekly bull flag for Bitcoin almost breaking to the downside, but this weekly candle is already back above this support level on the downside. So if we close this weekly candle above this support level on the downside, we're all good, and then we can maybe aim for the retest of this previous resistance and maybe force a break to the top side, and then maybe we can eventually see this exponential move to the top side for Bitcoin, because this bull flag will have a breakout target of $108,000. So that's insane, of course. And let's see if we can see a big bounce from this level, because this level is very strong for now. So this will play out in the coming weeks. The first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Solana. We can see Solana was forming this very interesting horizontal line. We first saw resistance, and then we saw multiple times touched as support. And after the touches of support, we already saw a big bounce to the top side, and we came all the way back down to this pump. We saw a very negative week for Solana. This was also already a very interesting accumulation zone for Solana. So congratulations if you did buy at these places, because buying at support is very interesting to do, and you can always sell a little bit of your portion at these topside regions, because this is the place of resistance, and then you can maybe take some profits on your way up. We have to see if Solana can separate itself from this support level on the downside and maybe create more topside momentum. And what we don't want to see for Solana is that we're going to see a break of the support level, but if we break the support level, we can maybe enter the market in a short from here after this bearish retest, because this support is getting retested as resistance then, and from there you can enter the market in the short and aim for lower targets. So if we're going to see a break below this daily horizontal support, we can aim for the retest, and from this retest you can enter the market in the short. Another very interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Bittensor TAO. In the last weeks I've been discussing this huge falling wedge for TAO, and we broke out bullish to the top side, but we also never retested this previous resistance into support. And now yesterday this is exactly what we did. So this previous resistance line to the top side is getting retested as support, and we are seeing a very beautiful bounce. But also this horizontal support was coming into play, so we are seeing a little bit of a double bullish retest, and this also was a double support of some sort, because we are seeing the support from here and also the horizontal support. So that was looking strong, and this falling wedge has a breakout target of $750. So that is an insane gain from here to make. And from the point of retest, you could make a significant gain of almost 250%. So that is insane, of course. But for now, we have to see that the TAO is going to see a separation of the support level. We need to create a higher high after this high, and then we can create more bullish momentum to the top side. And eventually, I think this $750 target will get hit in the coming months. So of course, this won't happen overnight, but there's still a long road to take for TAO. So eventually, I think this $750 target will get hit. But for now we have to be a little bit patient, and we need to see a higher high first, and then we can create more bullish momentum to the top side. So I hope you find this video useful. Give this video a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.